Stop what you're doing. This message cannot wait. Someone is crying over you right now. At this very moment, wherever they are, they're thinking about you with tears in their eyes. And Archangel Michael has just delivered a message that's going to change everything. They want to come back. They're ready to come back. And what I'm about to reveal to you is the exact message they want you to hear, the words they're too afraid to say, the truth they've been holding in their heart. If you're hearing this right now, it's not random. It's not an accident. It's divine timing. Archangel Michael himself has orchestrated this moment because he knows that both you and this person are finally ready for what's about to happen. He's been watching over both of you. He's been healing both of you. And now, right now, he's bringing you a message that will make everything clear. But before I tell you who this person is and what their message says, I need you to understand something crucial. The reason you clicked on this video, the reason your spirit drew you here, the reason you feel that flutter in your chest right now, is because on a soul level, you already know who I'm talking about. Your heart recognized the energy before your mind could catch up. You already feel them. You already sense them reaching out across the spiritual realm, trying to connect with you. Let me describe what's been happening in your life recently. You've been thinking about someone from your past, haven't you? Their face keeps popping into your mind at random moments. You hear a song that reminds you of them. You dream about them. You see things that make you wonder what they're doing, where they are, if they ever think about you. You've been feeling this strange pull, this inexplicable urge to reach out, but something has been holding you back. Fear, pride, uncertainty, hurt from the past. You've been telling yourself to move on, to forget them, to focus on your present life. But they won't leave your thoughts, will they? That's because they're thinking about you too. In fact, they're thinking about you constantly, obsessively. They can't get you out of their mind no matter how hard they try. And recently, something shifted in them. Something broke open. All the walls they built around their heart came crashing down. All the pride and stubbornness that kept them away from you has dissolved. All the fear that prevented them from reaching out has been overcome. They've finally realized what they lost. They've finally understood what you meant to them. And now they're in pain. Deep, aching, soul-crushing pain because they know they let you go. Right now, at this very moment, they're crying. Real tears. Not just sadness, but regret. Regret for how they treated you. Regret for the words they said. Regret for walking away. Regret for not fighting for you when they had the chance. Regret for letting their ego, their fear, their confusion keep them from the one person who truly mattered. They're replaying every memory, every conversation, every moment you shared, and they're torturing themselves with the question that haunts them day and night. What if? What if they had stayed? What if they had tried harder? What if they had been honest about their feelings? What if they had chosen you, and now they've made a decision? They want to come back. They want to try again. They want to fix what was broken. They want to show you that they've changed, that they've grown, that they finally understand what you've always been worth. But there's one problem. They're terrified, absolutely terrified that you've moved on, terrified that you hate them, terrified that you'll reject them, terrified that they've burned that bridge permanently. So they're stuck, paralyzed by fear, wanting to reach out, but not knowing how, wanting to come back, but not knowing if they'll be welcomed. That's why Archangel Michael has intervened. He's the angel of divine timing, of sacred unions, of bringing together souls that are meant to be connected. He doesn't get involved in every situation. He doesn't bring messages for casual relationships or meaningless connections. He only acts when there's something real, something deep, something worth fighting for. The fact that he's bringing you this message right now means that what you have with this person is significant. It's important. It's meant to be healed and restored. Let me tell you exactly who this person is. I'm going to describe them, and I want you to pay attention to what you feel in your body as I speak. If your heart starts racing, if you feel warmth spreading through your chest, if you suddenly feel emotional, if tears start forming, that's confirmation. That's your soul recognizing the truth of what I'm saying. This is someone you had a deep connection with. Not superficial, not casual, deep. The kind of connection where you could talk for hours about everything and nothing. The kind of connection where you understood each other without words. The kind of connection where you felt safe, seen, and accepted. This person knew things about you that nobody else knew. You shared parts of yourself with them that you've never shared with anyone else. You let your guard down. You were vulnerable. You were real. This person might have been a romantic partner, someone you dated, someone you loved, someone you thought you might build a future with. Or this could be a friend, a best friend who was like family to you, someone who was there for you through difficult times, someone who knew your secrets and dreams. The label doesn't matter as much as the depth of the bond. What matters is that this person meant something significant to you. They impacted your life. They changed you. And when they left, when things ended, it hurt. It really hurt. Something happened between you. Maybe there was a fight, a misunderstanding, a betrayal, a choice that drove you apart. Maybe circumstances separated you. Maybe timing was wrong. Maybe they were going through something personal that made them push everyone away, including you. Maybe you were going through something that made you unavailable emotionally. Maybe outside forces interfered, other people's opinions, family pressure, distance, life getting in the way. Whatever happened, it created a separation, a rift. And that rift has been there ever since, unhealed, unresolved. You might have tried to stay in touch for a while after things ended. Awkward text messages, uncomfortable interactions, forced conversations that reminded both of you of what you lost. Eventually, the communication probably stopped altogether. Maybe you blocked each other. Maybe you deleted their number. Maybe you removed them from social media because seeing their posts was too painful. Maybe you tried to erase every reminder of them from your life, thinking that would help you move on. But it didn't work, did it? Because you can't erase someone from your heart by removing them from your phone. You can't delete someone from your soul by unfriending them online. The connection runs deeper than technology. The bond exists beyond the physical realm. And no matter how much time passes, no matter how many other people come into your life, there's still a part of you that wonders about them, that misses them, that wishes things had gone differently, that hears what you need to know. They feel exactly the same way. Everything I just described about your experience, they're experiencing too. They miss you just as much as you miss them. They think about you just as often as you think about them. They wonder about you just as you wonder about them. You're not alone in these feelings. You're not crazy for still caring after all this time. You're not weak for wanting them back in your life. This is a mutual soul connection, and both of you are feeling the pull. But here's where things get really important. Archangel Michael doesn't just bring messages for the sake of nostalgia or to make you feel emotional. He brings messages when there's a purpose, when there's a divine plan unfolding, when reunion is not just possible, but necessary for both souls' growth and healing. He's telling me that this person is ready now in a way they weren't before. They've done work on themselves. They've grown. They've learned lessons. They've healed wounds. They've gained perspective. They're not the same person who left. They're better. They're ready. And here's the message they want you to receive. I'm going to channel this directly, speaking as if I'm speaking for them, giving voice to what they're feeling but haven't found the courage to say. They want you to know that leaving you was the biggest mistake of their life. They thought they were making the right choice at the time. They thought they needed space, needed freedom, needed to figure themselves out. They thought the problems between you were too big to overcome. They thought maybe you just weren't meant to be together. But they were wrong. So incredibly wrong. And they've spent every day since then realizing just how wrong they were. They want you to know that they've tried to move on. They've tried to replace you. They've tried to find what they had with you in other people. But nobody measures up. Nobody makes them feel the way you did. Nobody understands them like you did. Nobody accepts them, flaws and all, the way you did. They've learned the hard way that what you had was rare, special, irreplaceable. And they threw it away because they were too blind, too stubborn, too scared to recognize what was right in front of them. They want you to know that they think about you every single day. When they wake up, you're the first thought in their mind. When they go to sleep, you're the last face they see before they close their eyes. Throughout the day, something will happen, something small and insignificant, and their first instinct is to tell you about it. Then they remember they can't. They remember they lost that right, and it breaks their heart all over again. They want you to know that they regret how they treated you. They see now all the times they took you for granted, all the times they didn't appreciate what you did for them, all the times they prioritized other things over you, all the times they were selfish, thoughtless, or just plain wrong. They see it all now with painful clarity. And they wish they could go back and do everything differently. They wish they could be the person you deserve from the very beginning. They want you to know that they've changed. They're not saying this lightly or just to manipulate you into taking them back. They've genuinely done the work. They've faced their demons. They've addressed their issues. They've healed their traumas. They've grown up. They've matured. Whatever was broken in them that caused them to hurt you or push you away, they've worked on fixing it. They're not perfect. They'll never be perfect, but they're better. And they're committed to continuing to grow and be better. They want you to know that they understand if you've moved on. They understand if you're happy with someone else. They understand if you can't forgive them. They understand if the door is closed forever. They're not trying to disrupt your life or cause you pain, but they had to try. They had to reach out, even if it's through the spiritual realm, through Archangel Michael, through this message. Because the thought of never telling you how they feel, of living the rest of their life wondering what if, is worse than the fear of rejection. They want you to know that if you give them another chance, they won't waste it. They won't make the same mistakes. They won't take you for granted. They'll show up for you in ways they didn't before. They'll prioritize you. They'll choose you. Every single day, they'll choose you. They'll prove through their actions, not just their words, that they're serious about this, about you, about building something real and lasting. They want you to know that they love you. They might not have said it enough before. They might have said it, but not shown it. They might have been confused about their feelings. But they know now with absolute certainty. They love you. They've always loved you. They never stopped loving you. And they'll love you for the rest of their life, whether you take them back or not. That's a truth that lives in their bones now. You're the one. You've always been the one. And finally, they want you to know that they're sorry. Truly, deeply sorry for the pain they caused, for the tears you cried, for the nights you spent wondering what you did wrong when you did nothing wrong at all, for making you feel like you weren't enough when you were always more than enough, for leaving when they should have stayed, for running when they should have fought. They're sorry, and they need you to know that that's their message. That's what's in their heart. That's what they're crying about right now as they think about you, hoping somehow, some way, you'll feel them reaching out to you across the distance. Now, Archangel Michael has more to tell you. He's showing me the bigger picture here, the divine plan that's unfolding. This reunion, this reconnection, it's not just about romance or friendship. It's about soul contracts, karmic completion, and spiritual evolution. You and this person came into each other's lives for a reason. You were meant to teach each other lessons, to help each other grow, to mirror back parts of yourselves that needed to be seen and healed. The separation wasn't a mistake or a failure. It was a necessary part of the journey. You both needed that time apart to evolve individually. You needed to learn who you are without each other. You needed to do your own healing work. You needed to release codependency and develop into whole, complete individuals on your own. That separation, as painful as it was, served a purpose. It made both of you stronger, wiser, more ready for what's coming next. But now that phase is complete. The lessons have been learned. The healing has occurred. The growth has happened. And the universe is creating the conditions for reunion. That's why you're both thinking about each other so intensely right now. That's why the emotions are surfacing. That's why Archangel Michael is bringing this message. The cosmic timing is aligning. The door that was closed is beginning to open. The possibility that seemed impossible is becoming real. However, and this is crucial, you have free will. Both of you do. Archangel Michael can orchestrate the circumstances, can deliver the messages, can create the opportunities. But he can't force either of you to act. That choice belongs to you. You have to decide what you want. You have to decide if you're willing to be vulnerable again. You have to decide if you can forgive and move forward. And they have to find the courage to actually reach out, to make the first move, to risk rejection. Here's what Archangel Michael wants you to know about what comes next. Within the next few weeks, you're going to receive a sign. This person is going to reach out to you, either directly or indirectly. It might be a text message out of the blue. It might be a phone call. It might be them showing up somewhere you are. It might be a mutual friend mentioning them and creating an opening for contact. It might be seeing them on social media after a long time of no activity. However it happens, the sign will be clear. You'll know it when you see it. Your heart will recognize it. When that moment comes, you're going to feel a lot of emotions all at once. Shock, excitement, fear, anger, hope, confusion. All of it swirling together. And you're going to have a decision to make. Do you respond? Do you open yourself to the possibility? Do you let them back in? Or do you protect yourself and maintain the boundary? There's no wrong answer. Archangel Michael wants you to know that whatever you decide, he supports you. If you choose to open the door and give this person another chance, he'll be there guiding the reconnection, helping you both navigate the vulnerable process of rebuilding trust. If you choose to keep the door closed because you've truly moved on or the wounds are too deep, he'll support that too and help you find peace and closure. But here's what he wants you to consider as you make that decision. Are you happy where you are right now? When you think about your life without this person in it, does that feel right? Does that feel complete? Or is there a nagging sense that something's missing, that someone's missing? When you imagine never speaking to them again, never seeing them again, never having the chance to explore what could be, how does that make you feel? Relieved or regretful? And be honest with yourself about why the relationship ended in the first place. Was it because of fundamental incompatibility, because you genuinely wanted different things, because your values didn't align? Or was it because of fear, immaturity, bad timing, poor communication, external circumstances, things that can actually be overcome if both people are willing to do the work? If it was the latter, if the core connection was real and the problems were situational or developmental, then this deserves a second look. This deserves consideration. Because real soul connections don't come along often. Most people go through their entire lives never experiencing the kind of depth you had with this person. To walk away from that permanently without at least exploring whether it could work now, with both of you more evolved, might be something you regret forever. On the other hand, if this person was toxic, if they abused you, if they repeatedly hurt you without remorse, if the relationship brought out the worst in both of you, if your mental health suffered because of them, then their desire to come back doesn't mean you have to accept them. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to prioritize your peace. You're allowed to choose yourself. Growth and change are possible, yes, but you're not obligated to wait around to see if someone has actually changed. You're not a rehabilitation center for broken people who hurt you. Archangel Michael is giving you discernment right now. As you've been listening to this message, you've been feeling things. Pay attention to what you're feeling. If you feel mostly excitement, hope, warmth, and a sense of rightness, that's your soul telling you this reunion is meant to happen. If you feel mostly anxiety, dread, fear, and resistance, that's your intuition protecting you and telling you this person shouldn't have access to you anymore. Your body knows the truth even when your mind is confused. Trust what you feel in your gut, in your heart, in your spirit. That's divine guidance speaking to you. That's Archangel Michael himself giving you the answer through your own internal knowing. Now let me tell you what happens if you choose to move forward with this reunion. First, it's going to be awkward. That first conversation is going to be uncomfortable. There's so much history, so much hurt, so much that needs to be said. Don't expect it to be like it was before. You can't just pick up where you left off and pretend nothing happened. You have to acknowledge the separation. You have to talk about what went wrong. You have to express your feelings honestly. Both of you need to be vulnerable to admit your mistakes, to take accountability for your part in the breakdown. This is going to be scary. Opening up again after being hurt is one of the bravest things you can do, but it's also necessary. You can't build a new, healthy relationship on top of unresolved pain. You have to clear the air. You have to have the hard conversations. You have to establish new terms, new boundaries, new commitments about how you're going to treat each other moving forward. If you both make it through those initial uncomfortable conversations, something beautiful can emerge. A relationship that's more mature, more conscious, more intentional than what you had before. A relationship where both people show up fully, communicate openly, and choose each other every day with awareness and commitment. A relationship that's not based on infatuation or convenience, but on genuine love, respect, and partnership. The second time around with someone can actually be better than the first because you both know what you have. You both know what it's like to lose each other. You both appreciate it more. You both try harder. You both bring the lessons you learned during the separation. It's like the universe gave you a second chance to get it right, and that's a rare and precious gift. But you have to be realistic too. Reunions don't always work out. Sometimes you discover that the connection you remembered so fondly was more about nostalgia than actual compatibility. Sometimes you realize that you've both changed too much and you're not the same people anymore. Sometimes the problems that broke you up the first time resurface and you can't overcome them. And that's okay. At least you'll know. At least you won't spend the rest of your life wondering what if. At least you gave it a real shot. Archangel Michael wants you to know that no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. If this reunion leads to a beautiful reconciliation, he'll guide you through it. If this reunion leads to closure and finality, he'll help you heal and move forward. Either way, this is part of your journey. This is part of your story. This is helping you become who you're meant to be. That he also wants you to prepare yourself spiritually for what's coming. Start praying or meditating daily. Ask for clarity, wisdom, and protection. Ask to be shown the truth of this situation. Ask to be guided to the highest good for everyone involved. Clear your energy. Release any bitterness, resentment, or anger you're still holding on to. Forgive this person, not for their sake, but for yours. Forgiveness doesn't mean you have to forget or reconcile. It just means you're releasing the poison of hatred from your own heart so you can be free. Also, work on yourself. Make sure you're in a good place mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Make sure you're whole on your own, not desperately seeking this person to complete you or fix your problems. A reunion that comes from a place of wholeness and choice is much more likely to succeed than a reunion that comes from a place of neediness and desperation. Get clear on what you want and what your non-negotiables are. What would need to be different this time for the relationship to work? What behaviors are you willing to accept, and what are deal breakers? What do you need from this person to feel safe trusting them again? Know your worth. Know what you deserve. Don't settle for less just because you miss them or because you're lonely. If they want to come back into your life, they need to earn that privilege. They need to show you through consistent action over time that they're serious and that they've changed. And speaking of signs, let me tell you the specific signs that will confirm this message is real and this reunion is divinely guided. Over the next 3 to 7 days, you're going to notice synchronicities. You're going to see repeating numbers, especially 1111, 222, 333. You're going to hear a specific song that reminds you of this person at seemingly random times. You're going to have vivid dreams about them. You might even physically run into them or someone connected to them in a way that feels like more than coincidence. You might also receive messages from the universe in other forms. A friend might bring them up out of nowhere. You might see something on social media that makes you think of them. You might find an old photo or gift they gave you. These are all confirmations that the spiritual realm is working behind the scenes to bring you two back together, if that's what's meant to be. But again, and I can't stress this enough, you have to use your discernment. Just because someone wants to come back doesn't mean you have to take them back. Just because the universe is creating opportunities doesn't mean you have to seize them. You always have the power to say no. You always have the right to choose your own peace over someone else's redemption arc. Archangel Michael respects your free will above all else. He'll guide you, support you, and present you with options. But the ultimate decision is always yours. So take your time with this. Don't rush into anything. Don't let their urgency pressure you into making a decision before you're ready. If they're genuinely serious about coming back, they'll be patient. They'll give you the space you need to process and decide. They'll respect your timeline. And if they're not willing to be patient, if they're trying to rush you or manipulate you or make you feel guilty, that's actually a sign that they haven't changed as much as they claim. Real growth includes respecting boundaries and understanding that trust has to be rebuilt slowly. So watch their actions, not just their words. Anyone can say they're sorry. Anyone can say they've changed. But do their behaviors back that up? Are they showing up consistently? Are they doing the work? Are they respecting you? Now, some of you watching this might be thinking, what if they don't reach out? What if I'm waiting for this sign and it never comes? First of all, trust the timing. Archangel Michael said within weeks, not days. Give it time. Don't obsess over it. Don't sit by your phone waiting. Live your life. Focus on yourself. The sign will come when it's meant to come, and you'll recognize it. But also consider this. Maybe you're meant to be the one who reaches out. Maybe the reason you were drawn to this message is because you're the one who needs to make the first move. Maybe they're sitting there too afraid, too ashamed, too convinced you hate them to contact you. Maybe you're the stronger one. Maybe you're the one who has the courage to break the silence. If that resonates with you, if you feel a pull to reach out to them, then do it. Don't let pride or fear stop you. Life is too short to let ego keep you from love. Send the text. Make the call. Show up. Be honest about your feelings. Yes, it's scary. Yes, you might get rejected, but you might also get everything you've been hoping for. And even if it doesn't work out, at least you'll know you tried. At least you won't have to live with the regret of never speaking your truth. When you do reach out, or when they reach out to you, keep it simple at first. Don't dump all your emotions in one message. Don't write a novel. Just something brief and honest. Hey, I've been thinking about you. I miss you. Can we talk? That's enough to open the door. Then see how they respond. If they're receptive, if they're warm, if they seem eager to reconnect, that's a good sign. Take it slow from there. Suggest a phone call or a video chat before meeting in person. Ease back into each other's lives gently. And during that first real conversation, the one where you talk about everything that happened, remember to listen as much as you speak. Really hear them. Try to understand their perspective. They hurt you, yes, but they also have their own pain, their own struggles, their own story. That doesn't excuse their behavior, but it might help you understand it. And understanding leads to forgiveness, which is necessary for moving forward. Also, be honest about your own part in what went wrong. Very few relationship breakdowns are entirely one person's fault. Even if they did the actual leaving or the actual hurting, think about what you might have done or not done that contributed to the situation. Maybe you weren't communicating clearly. Maybe you were too demanding or not demanding enough. Maybe you ignored red flags. Maybe you expected them to read your mind. On your part, apologize for your part. That creates a space for mutual accountability and healing. One more thing Archangel Michael wants me to emphasize. If you do reconnect with this person, please learn from the past. Don't fall back into old patterns. Don't repeat the same mistakes. If communication was an issue before, commit to better communication now. If boundaries were unclear before, establish clear boundaries now. If you rushed into things before, take it slower now. If you ignored problems before, address problems as they arise now. Treat this like a brand new relationship because in many ways, it is. You're both different people now. The circumstances are different now. The awareness is different now. So create something new together rather than trying to resurrect something old. Honor what you had before, learn from it, and then build something better on that foundation. And remember, relationships take work. The initial reunion might feel magical, like everything's perfect and you're so happy to be back together. But eventually real life sets in. Eventually, you'll have disagreements. Eventually, you'll face challenges. That's normal. That's not a sign that you made a mistake getting back together. It's just a sign that you're in a real relationship between two imperfect humans. What matters is how you handle those moments. Do you shut down and run away again? Or do you stay and work through it? Do you communicate and compromise? That's the real test. Archangel Michael will be with you through all of it. Call on him whenever you need guidance, protection, or clarity. Say this prayer. Archangel Michael, thank you for bringing this message to me. Thank you for watching over me and the person I'm connected to. Please guide our reunion if it's for our highest good. Give me wisdom to know the right path. Give me courage to follow my truth. Protect my heart from further harm. And help me trust the divine plan. Amen. Say that prayer daily, especially as you navigate this situation. Michael will hear you. He'll respond. He'll send you signs and guidance. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the synchronicities. That's how he communicates with you. Before we close, I want you to do something important. After you finish listening to this message, sit in silence for a few minutes. Close your eyes. Take deep breaths. And ask yourself honestly, what do I really want? Not what you think you should want. Not what would make other people happy. Not what seems logical or safe. What does your soul actually want? If the answer is that you want this person back in your life, own that. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't judge yourself for still caring. Love doesn't die just because someone leaves. Connection doesn't disappear just because time passes. It's okay to want what you want. If the answer is that you don't want them back, that you're actually happy they're gone, that you've genuinely moved on, own that too. Don't let this message make you doubt yourself or question your healing. Sometimes the person crying over us is someone we needed to release. Sometimes the right answer is no, I'm good where I am. And that's perfectly valid. Whatever your truth is, honor it. And then act accordingly. If you want them back, prepare yourself for the reunion. If you don't, affirm your boundary and continue moving forward. Either way, you're exactly where you need to be. This message has been delivered. Archangel Michael has spoken. Someone is crying over you right now. They want to come back. They have a message for you. You've heard it. Now the choice is yours. What will you do with this information? How will you respond when the opportunity presents itself? Only you can answer that, but know this. You are loved. You are valued. You are deserving of a beautiful relationship, whether it's with this person or someone else. You are worthy of being chosen, of being fought for, of being cherished. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever settle for less than you deserve. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you're asking for too much by expecting honesty, loyalty, respect, and genuine love. The universe is conspiring in your favor right now. Archangel Michael is fighting for your happiness. Your ancestors are guiding you. Your angels are protecting you. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust yourself. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. If this message resonated with you, if you know who this person is, if you felt something shift in your spirit while listening, leave a comment and write the first letter of their name. That's all. Just the first letter. This creates a spiritual activation. It sends a signal into the universe that you've received the message and you're open to what comes next. It also helps other people in the comments feel less alone when they see dozens or hundreds of other people going through the same thing. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Save it. Come back to it when you need reassurance or guidance. This is your message. This is your moment. This is your sign. Someone is crying over you right now. They want to come back. And now you know. Now you're prepared. Now you can make an empowered choice about what happens next. May Archangel Michael guide you. May your heart be protected. May your path be clear. May you find the love you deserve, in whatever form it takes. You are blessed. You're guided. You are exactly where you need to be. Everything is going to be okay. Better than okay. Everything is going to be beautiful. Just wait and see.